Hi guys, welcome back.
Hello.
Guys, it's week 10. We've made some. I can just see the progress in you guys. I can tell just the way you guys have been able to cope with things and just all the things you've learned. And we're getting towards the end, so I'm excited to see what more we can learn and how the end is, how we're gonna cope with doing that. But first thing I kind of want to get at is there confidentiality. We haven't kind of talked about that in a little bit, but I just kind of want to go over it again, that you can't say anything outside of this room about our group, that we want to respect each other with what we're feeling, what's going on in our lives, how we're coping with things, and so I just think that we need to, obviously you signed this thing, so you want to keep that pledge that you said that you're going to do, so just kind of want to go over that again.
Okay.
And also, you guys are going through journals, correct? Have you guys kind of kept up with that? I know you have a busy schedule, so it's hard to get journals in every single day. But if you guys ever want to share a journal in here, that would be fine. And I know obviously it's your personal and you're writing down your emotions, and it's okay if you don't, but if you ever just feel as though you want to get something out, or you have, some sort of, just issue, or you just want to say things, that's totally fine. We're confidentiality, so we'll keep it here. So again, I'll just kind of, like we do most weeks, I want to see how your week was, and I want you to say something that was good this week and something that you kind of struggled with this week. Okay, so Lauren, if you could start, that would be great.
Well, I guess I'll just say about something bad first, or about something good. They told me that my mom really has a week left to live.
Oh gosh.
So that's been really hard.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Thanks. But the good of that is just my sisters have come down and we're getting to spend some time together.
That's good.
And just kind of, figure out what we're going to do from here.
Well, again, I want to say again that we're here for you. I'm here for you. That's something that, I never want anyone to go through it. I know it's a part of life, but, if you ever need to talk to anyone, of course, the group's here. You have my number. Please contact me if you need anything. Okay. Caitlin?
I'll start with the negative as well. This week, Mom, she was taking a nap, and I had gone down to the basement to do laundry, and she woke up and she got out of the house. I usually try to keep things locked, but to get to their basement, I have to go out the back door and then around to the garage, and it's just and I had left the kitchen door unlocked. And she got out, and it turns into the positive thing. My neighbor, she's aware of the whole situation, saw her going down the street, and she was able to get her back to me. That was a blessing, but it was so scary at the same time.
So what was something good that happened this week?
My neighbor.
The neighbor that helped.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Yeah, it's good to have people that live near you.
Yeah.
You don't always have help right then, but to know that you have people around you that watch out for stuff like that. It's great. Okay, Amy, what about you?
Okay, the good thing is that the worksheet that we did last time about the me time, that's helping a lot.
Good.
So I'm taking at least 5 or 10 minutes out of my day for just me. And then my mom fell this week, so she's been in the hospital, but she's okay now, but she's still in the hospital, but that's kind of, because now I have to be at the hospital and try to be at home, and so it's kind of difficult.
Back to the worksheet, how has that helped you in just emotionally, being able to have time to yourself, taking that time?
Oh, it's helped a lot, I think. Some of the things I had already was doing, but I wasn't thinking of it as being me time. you know, so now it's like, oh, I can actually relax right now. You know, so just, I guess there's the thought process, different thought process
Definitely.
about it.
That's great. Okay, Scott, what about you?
Well, one of the negatives, my husband, of course, he's still doing the chemo, and this week's been hard because he's been getting really sick, throwing up, and he's not eating, and I mean, it's just miserable. It's so miserable for him. And I mean, it's tearing me, you know, just to see him in so much pain, and it's been a hard week. But I mean, the doctor says that we're beating it, so I mean, that's a positive, I guess. And then I guess another positive would be we had a really good conversation this week. You know, just like a loving conversation. How much we loved each other, and we're gonna get through this. And it was a good week, and a bad week. So.
But that's encouraging.
Yeah.
To still see that, you know, you're able to communicate with each other and sharing your feelings. That this sickness hasn't taken away your love for one another. Hasn't taken away that, you know. That you are married and that you do have that like affection for one another, and that sickness can't take that away, you know. So that's really great that you were able to have that in your week.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is that I have this. It's called a Caregiver Pledge, and what this is that there are 10 things on here that I want us to each kind of look at and read. And I want us to kind of pledge to say that, yes, I am going to do these things, that I will find opportunities to laugh daily, that I remember that the only person I can change is myself, and I cannot change my loved one who is ill, nor my family member. I will use community resources, such as Meal on Wheels, adult daycare, service programs, volunteer, programs, and you know, that's just a few of these on this list. And I kind of want each of you to look at this list. I want you to read it. I want you to see, okay, which one on here would be a struggle for me to say yes to? You know, we all have those things that we struggle with in being a caregiver, and in taking time for ourselves, or saying yes to other people to help us, different stuff like that. But what's something on this list that, you know, if you know, you're signing this pledge and saying, you know, I want to do these things and I want to, if you're okay with signing it, of course. So if you guys can just maybe take time to do that, or if you already have one in mind, please share with the group.
Okay, well, number 4, that would be hard for me. I will get away from my caregiving duties on a regular basis, even if it is just to walk around the block. You know, that's hard for me because I'm constantly having to be with him, you know, to give medicine and stuff. So.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely very hard.
And plus, I'm scared to leave him. You know, afraid that he might. You know, you never know, have a seizure or just anything from the chemo.
Yeah.
Like we're, you know.
Yeah, and that's where that asking help comes in, and that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes for us is to be like, hey, can you watch them just for 15 minutes while I go walk, while I go read? That's when we talked about, you know, when we had those list of things we wanted to do. It was going back to what number 4 is, and being like, I will get away for a little bit, so, and you know, be able to reflect on what's going on, and for time for me in my life. Okay, anyone else?
Number 10 is the hardest for me. I remember that I am loved and appreciated even when my loved one can't tell me. You know, like I don't have any siblings. My dad, he died back, well, I was in middle school. So, you know, it's always just been me and my mom. Yeah. And now, like, she doesn't even know who I am, and I just feel like I know my purpose is there to be with her because I love her so much. But, like, sometimes it gets so hard to be like, why am I really here? Why don't I just put her in a nursing home, or, you know, just why don't I forget about it? Like, that's so tempting sometimes, just to put her away somewhere.
Because we always comes back to our mindset of why this, why do I do that, why do I do
Yeah.
that, why, you know, but in the end we see, you know, that loved one that, you know, they need care, and you feel comfortable in that you're the best care at this point, you know, not that a nursing home can't be a resource maybe in a later time, but at this moment, you know, you feel comfortable that you are efficient for that, and you know, sometimes we have to remember that, you know, you do have some of those good times, even before she had her Alzheimer's, you know, that,
Yeah.
you know, she still does love you and care for you. It's just that, you know, this disease has kind of made it to where that's not vocal for her, you know. Okay, anyone else?